Ladies and gentlemen, we have the breaking film and TV news because Egmont's newest film signed with the exclusive streaming agreement with Disney's streaming platform Disney Plus for handle the nudist film's local theatrical release on this Disney Plus streaming service. So if you don't know what nudist film is, if you live in some Oswell in the Nordic countries, Nordisk Film was a which was a Nordic film company was based in Denmark. Was actually originally one of the long world's oldest film company. Since it was founded in 1906 by Ole Olsen. Was renowned originally from Denmark, and he would continue and be releasing more like films for a parent kind of audience. He was one of the early film companies that was still running for this day. Well, he also later in Sweden took on chance to be inspired to form noticed in SF Studios. Uh, was founded a decade later in 1919, and remained for this day. Was known from films for a period of kind of franchise. It was owned by Egmont. It was owned was an actually it was bought in Egmont bought the nudist film in 1992 to expand the film production. You have an Egmont film, and later on that, but now it's put under the name, but changed to nudist film because the problem more appeared to the audience. So yeah, that's new. So that's it. Though nudist film was running, and he also handled the distribution films from companies between from Lionsgate and Summit Entertainment and all them others. And he also well knowing that Lionsgate was a mainline Nordic distribution partner since 2000s, and then later in 2012 because since Lionsgate and also in 2008 when he had a long-term agreement with Summit Entertainment since Lionsgate bought Summit Entertainment in 2012. So I in mid of the final Twilight movie, so Breaking Bond Part Two. But anyway, if you know, because Disney and Egmont was a parent company of this film, they have a quiet relationship. He had a legacies of book rights of the and then original Egmont's uh, Winnie the Pooh books were however originated from Egmont, but allowed Disney came on to do a project between short films and TV series, and then Anastasia a feature-length film was released in 2011. But unfortunately, that's released at the same time as the final Harry Potter movie. But I don't know. But still, he haven't been, and also Egmont was also had a home video media release agreement with Disney as well as the Walt Disney Company between the late 80s and early 90s for Egmont video, or I mean Egmont film. So yeah, that's really no. But however, in Disney and Egmont relationship was probably gone short lived, and he was eventually gone on. So in between the Nordic home video distribution. So, but I haven't really got separate. But now under the SF Studios was pretty much because the streaming, the physical media release is gone to decline, but I will talk about it in minutes. So here's his first report for Deadline. Disney Plus will hold the first window rights to all the newest film local theatrical release in Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland under the new pact between the companies announced this afternoon. Um, the deal was begin in 2026, which is next year, which includes around the 19 Danish, Norwegian, Swedish, and Finnish feature films. The first film was allowed to stream the service in the fall of 2026, including the Danish comedy Klasse Fest 4, directed by Till Hockham, starring Anders B. Betdesen, Nicolai Chopinis, and Trulle Liebin. And the Swedish comedy, I'm sorry, the pronunciation, I know he's in Danish or Norwegian or, I don't know, Spanish. I don't know, pretty learn to speak tons of language. Anyway, the Swedish comedy Glans Festen, directed by Ulf Marvel, starring Robert Gustafsson, Sharon Begsvik, and Toba Nobikdit, and Norwegian drama Robert Benjamin Hamilton, directed by Ingrid Sutherland and starring Lala Goody. We know that the high quality, according to Hans Fredrik, senior vice president and country manager of Walt Disney Company Nordic and Bollock, said, "We know that the hard-coding local content for priority for Disney Plus customers, and to expand its rigid our strategy relationship with Nudist and Egmont England us to offer the unparalleled slate of the upcoming Nordic blockbusters exclusively to them." And for more than a century, Nordisk film and the production partners their collab with have been film brothers within filmmaking and created excellence for the duty renowned of a stellar local and international recognition, including 12 Academy Award nominations and 2 Academy Award wins since 2000. The slate for the coming years looks amazing, and we can't wait to bring it to the Nordic audience alongside live sports and the latest series and the feature films for our studios at no extra cost to a subscription. I meant to say whenever that the 2 Academy Award wins because actually it was Koba. Koba, yeah, Koba was originally from Apple TV Plus original movie, but eventually later expanded to theatrical. But actually, the international shows in some select countries when Apple had in the select countries, while the Pathé, the company who produced Coda, handled sell the different distributions, including Eagle Pictures for Italy and of course Nordisk Film in Nordic countries. So they happen to handle distribution, but even contains purpose. Know that the Apple TV Plus first theatrical releases a more apparent kind of audience. And more recently, F1, in partner with Warner Brothers, had the theatrical release because it's might become a success. Even this is the same director who did the last film, Tom Matrix. So there's that. And then Kenneth Winbay, Senior Vice President of Nordisk Film and CEO of Nordisk Film Distribution, added, "Our mission is to bring the best Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, and Finnish film to a wider audience, possibly in the Nordics. For that same reason, we are really excited about the future of this multi-year agreement with Disney Plus, and they're strong committed towards our upcoming local slate of films, Nordisk Film and Honor Order, Egmont. We have a close to the long-standing collaboration with the Walt Disney Company in several eras. I meant to say he been for in the past. So yeah, this new agreement with Disney on our local slate of films and on the strategy strands of relations further. Now, I already know that Disney Plus can handle the local own in-house releases, but between on Disney Plus as well as on Netflix and Prime Video. But yeah, Netflix had a different kind of between a really mix between the local and especially mostly Americans in-house uh, content. It had a deal also the agreement with Scambox, and this wasn't on over on Netflix, but even on Prime Video too. But in the same time, Scambox had an agreement with Prime Video, who probably boosting the before the slate on the content. So between and also that Avenue, the Nordisk film was releasing mostly its films between on the content. But however, in remain on Prime Video, we're only releasing mostly a non-local theatrical content, some other stuff we've been really reaching on the VOD over on Prime Video in partnership with the Amazon MGM. So, but Disney will remain as the local theatrical release between in the different Nordic countries will remain this day. So, you also were knowing that I have mentioned that Nordic film has gone a lot of different direction. They have lately because after streaming boom become have gone higher, and since Nordisk film that as a physical film releases was probably gone, and especially DVD sales and gone declining because the reasons that all the distribution had releases are pretty much released distributed by Nordisk Film ourselves. So eventually, much like SF Studios, mostly and then distributed different kind of company. Every major movie studio was handled, but Nordisk Film decided they did not handle it under the distribution by Soul Media, the Danish and home media company, who also has special films from the distribution rights from No Stop Entertainment and Scambox and a bunch of others. But now Nordisk Film, since they here release, it's now handled the distribute under the home media release through so media. So that's where my good buddy Albert Kennison. He's a YouTuber who did videos about. Oh wait, Kallesson, Albert Kallesson. Okay, he's Swedish, by the way. He did a bunch of videos about the releasing to have a physical release, mostly in the DVD rental unboxing videos. We recently made videos from SF Studios. And actually, no, I mean Nordisk later, and also SF Studios and Nordisk Film. So and then as well as from Disney's and other film companies. You should subscribe to Albert Kallesson, especially our Albert's gaming and unboxing, who's a amazing videos. You should check it out in the description, and I'll be a shout out to you. And to me, I think that I want to mention that also the franchise between of nudist film were related of the con was a massive success between John Wick, including the first one was along with a different company, which is mislabeled Noble Entertainment. Um, Now You See Me, Hunger Games, and a lot of others, all from Lionsgate, as well as a local franchise from Nolan, like Olsenbanden was a most popular Danish crime comedy film that if you're familiar from the audience in years ago, if you were not the recent new Jönssonligan movie in the Swedish Olsenbanden, was now on distribute for SF Studios. But I think that the more the I think that I remember that that the god awful reboot that is Liga then pathetic stöten was pretty much mediocre best, and I think this is like more like in the vein like the James Bond Casino Royale movie, but that didn't work. And it's pretty yes, this is from Nordisk film, not SF, but it still works. But yeah, I think that movie. I think yeah, you should just check out Felix Recenserar review of that movie. So in the description. So anyway, but other rest, I think this film and Disney was quite a relationship. Gun returned after many years and Apollo and although home media release and handled by SF Studios, their rival company, but I think the reason that the like I said, the physical sales of this film was not gone declining because of the streaming, because of that streaming. So we'll see what happens next year, and it's going to be a new era of Nudist and Disney combined. So we'll see what happens, and I can't wait to see. Excited, and this is going to be the class fest for which would be our first official films will be on Disney Plus in the Nordic countries. So yeah, that pretty much it. What do you think about the Nordic film and Disney Plus agreement, streaming agreement, of only releasing in the local theatrical releases? But let me know, and I hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, show your friends, and ring a notification bell. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.